Hey everybody, welcome to Morphin. I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
And today we're watching episode 49 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Return of an Old Friend, Part 1.
I can't wait to find out who it is.
I am super excited for the return of Judy, the punk girl. She's coming back.
It could be anybody.
I can feel it.
Could be Marge.
Could be the sneering babe.
Could be.
Could be anyone.
Our old friend, the sneering babe.
Just us. We almost made our website that. We decided against it.
It's available if you're interested.
So if you're new here, what we do is we pause the recording, we go watch an episode of Power Rangers, then we come back and we talk about it for a while, hopefully for less than an hour and a half, because I am sick of editing those. So in the interest of me not falling asleep while editing, I am going to just call an audible and say that we're going to go watch the episode right now.
Let's do it.
All right.
It's Morphin time! And we're back. We just watched Return of an Old Friend Part 1. Wait till we get to the end and you guys hear who it is. You're not gonna believe it.
We're not gonna spoil it for you.
No.
We are a spoiler-free podcast. No, we're not. We're totally not a spoiler-free podcast.
We've never been that.
But we're gonna try to be this one time, just in case you manage to avoid it for 21 years. You're in for a treat. Before we jump into the episode, we're going to tell you where you can find us on or about the internet as fast as I possibly can. Ready? Morphingrid.tumblr.com is our main website. I do posts there with pitches and notes and links. Go check that out. If you want to email us, you can do it at littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com. We do have an email. We might get to it this episode, or we'll save it for a bonus. We'll figure that out later. We're on Twitter at MorphinGrid. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/TheMorphinGrid. And most importantly, we are on iTunes. If you want to go there, leave us a rating or review. If you like the show, if you don't like the show, keep not rating us because you're doing great.
It's doing good so far.
But if you do like us and you want to help us out, you can go leave a rating and review. More people rate us, better our rating, more we're featured, more people see us, more people get to listen to and enjoy this podcast that we enjoy doing. So please do that. That would be great. Are we ready?
Yeah.
I think that's literally the fastest we've ever done it. So
our recording time right now is under 5 minutes. This is astonishing.
That doesn't even make any sense. So
I don't even think you need to cut anything except maybe this because I keep talking.
We start out at Parents' Day, where we are introduced to the Power Rangers parents for the very first time. And
physically, we don't find out any names.
Yes, correct.
But we see all of them.
The joke that you made during it is Mr. and Mrs. Kimberly. Right. Though technically that's not correct.
It's Mr. and Mrs. Hart. Well, no.
Kimberly is a special case that we'll get to in a minute.
Yes.
So Billy's parents show up before Billy. That's very telling.
Was it both of Billy's parents? I only remember his dad.
Yes.
Because his dad's like, you know him in Inventions.
I think his mom was there.
She probably was. I just didn't notice.
I don't remember. Also, Jason's dad is just Jason.
It's just old Jason.
Which, in the movie, whoever they get to play Jason, they should just make Austin St. John the dad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want them to do that with everyone, but at the very least, do it with him.
Right.
Because that dude is just...
right.
It was muscular, and he was arm wrestling.
He had the same shirt on.
They were wearing the same clothes. Also, I guess before it, they're like, Mom, if you show up in any color but yellow, we are never speaking again. And I guess all the Power Rangers gave their parents the same talk because everyone showed up, except for Zach. Zach's like, do whatever. Because his mom's in purple, and his dad's in purple and brown.
Purple is a Black Ranger color, though.
Yes.
We've talked about this.
Yeah. Because teleporting, black doesn't look as good as purple. Which is why, in the movie, the Power Rangers in the movie, they teleport out. You can't see the Black Ranger teleport away. Because it's just black. So it's just like a weird rainbow with a gap in it. Might not even be a gap in it. It might be at the end. But it's one of the memories I have from that is like right at the forefront. Is him not being there.
Right.
So Skull has a camera. And he's videotaping this for posterity, I guess. I like this. I like that Skull has a thing that he likes to do.
He has a new character trait.
But it's been here since the Cleanup Club episode.
Right.
Because he was the one who did the filming for Bulk, The World's Greatest Guy, TM.
Right. That's true.
So I like that this tracks. I like that he has a thing that he's into, and I hope it goes on. It probably won't, but it might.
I feel like it does. Skull with a video camera is like a prominent thing that I remember.
Right.
So I feel like he does it a few more times.
That's neat. And maybe in the future, he's a super famous, super rich video editor / hotel magnate.
Right.
Trini's dad and Jason's dad are arm wrestling, and they neither one can win because Jason is super strong. Right. But I guess Jason's dad is super strong, and Trini's dad is super focused.
He's strong of mind.
Strong of mind.
So it's just a stalemate.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know I don't know the techniques on arm wrestling. That might be real.
I don't just push. Maybe that's why I've lost every arm wrestling competition I've ever been in.
Maybe. Skull's parents are exactly like Skull. His mom is dressed as Rob Halford. and
if Cyndi Lauper was instead a little bit Rob Halford,
yes,
it'd be Skull's mom.
Skull's mom. And his dad is Blackjack Mulligan in a World War I German soldier cap.
Right.
This is going to contrast heavily with Bulk's parents, who are not punks in any way.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like that it's like, Skull, this is the only life Skull knows.
Right.
It's how to be punk. And I like that Bulk is just a punk, maybe because he was hanging out with Skull?
Maybe.
Because they're friends, and he's like, I want to wear tights and a jean vest. Let's do it. Because his mom is like in a regular dress. His dad's in a suit. His dad's a really little dude.
Yeah.
Like short and skinny.
When they walked in, I thought his mom was him dressed as a lady, but he was also there.
He was also in it, yeah. I had a thought that's how it was. Both of his parents like Eddie Murphy style.
Right.
Everyone's gonna be played by him, but they went the other way and cast people. So there's that.
Lame.
Then Kimberly's parents come in. Except it's not actually both of Kimberly's parents.
Right.
It's Kimberly's mom and the guy she's seeing. It's never
her stepdad.
It's never confirmed his stepdad.
She has pink on, right? She has like the pink scarf or whatever. Yeah. He's not wearing any pink.
No. Is the actual Mr. Kimberly wearing pink?
Very little bit. He has a pink kerchief sticking out of his pocket.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because that's a weird visual cue that like
right.
You don't need to pick up on, but it's there. It's like a level of thoughtfulness that I like that they put in. Though, I mean, to be fair, she is wearing 100% hot pink. She's wearing a lady suit. It's not a pantsuit. It's a suit with a skirt. I don't know if those have a real name. Because I've never had
like a one piece.
No.
I'm thinking of a romper, which is a one piece shorts ensemble.
Definitely not that.
It's not that.
But yeah, it's completely hot pink. So it's like that's Kimberly's mom,
right?
And this is some guy that she's with. And there's Jeff. And then Kimberly's dad comes in afterwards. Kimberly's parents are at the very least split up. We'll find out in a minute that they are divorced. Mm-hmm. That is heavier subject matter than I was expecting from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. On the same episode where there is a mole monster.
We don't see him like we do like when they're explaining him.
Yeah.
But he hasn't come up, I don't think, at all.
At all. No.
That's neat.
That is neat. So, we go up to the moon, where Rita is mad at parents this week. Because she hates her dad, I guess. Because her dad made her go to Evil Space High, even though she wanted to be a good person.
I don't think that's it. Because Rita knows that the Power Rangers are all good kids.
And they like their parents.
Who like their parents. Because she even said, she's like, I'll take their parents. They'll have no choice but to surrender.
Right. Squat says something about how, like, everybody on Earth's so uppity about parents. They think they're so great. Like, I guess if you're a space monster, like,
right,
you just don't care about family at all. Which is weird. And
that's a weird thing.
It's a little weird, and it serves a really good purpose. It's like they're different from us on a base level in that they don't care about familial relations.
They're just born and then
they go be evil somewhere. Yeah,
the people who birthed them don't matter.
Right. They just leave them in the woods on some space planet. Trini goes outside to find Kimberly.
Oh, we learned that Kimberly is outside from random blonde girl.
Who is not the sneering babe.
Not the sneering babe.
No, for a second I was like, oh my god, that's the sneering babe. But her nose is a little too big. It's not huge. It's not like a gigantic nose. It's her nose is sneering babe's nose, and I spent a lot of time looking at it because it's the picture on. It's my Facebook background, or not Facebook, Twitter background. Header, not my background. My background is like generic red leaves or whatever. So I see her nose frequently. It's a little upturned. This is not sneering babe. So
no,
sad. Someday maybe. Somebody on Twitter asked me a little while ago if I thought that the sneering babe looked like Jamie Presley. And if you're listening, I don't remember your name, and I'm sorry. But kind of. I think I replied to you. But kind of? Like, I could see it. Yeah. But definitely not Jamie Presley.
Not enough for me to be like, that looks like Jamie Presley, until somebody else told me that.
Right. Our friend Tony would have been like, oh my god, that's Jamie Presley.
That has to be. It can't be any other person.
Because he has bad facial recognition skills. So Kimberly is emotional. She's outside. And because her parents are divorced, and she thinks it's her fault, which I'm guessing it wasn't, because I don't know what you could have done to make your parents split up. I don't think there's ever been a case where it's the kid's fault, but I don't know. My parents are still together. I don't know. Trini's like, no, it's not your fault. Don't worry about it. And Kim's like, I don't even think my parents are going to show up, or I don't even think my dad's going to show up. And he already did. She doesn't know that. And Trini's like, yeah, he's in there. Let's go. You're being dumb. Come on. Because they're friends. They're best friends.
Right.
And, like, I'm sure that Trini was there through all of this.
Right.
So, like, she knows what it causes in Kimberly.
When Kimberly's mom shows up, she sees Trini. She says, oh, hi, Trini.
Yeah.
So they've been friends for a while.
Right. And new guy, which is the reason I think he might not be the stepdad.
Jeff. We can call him Jeff.
We'll call him Jeff. Or Dale. Dale's a really good stepdad name.
I like Jeff.
All right, we'll go with Jeff. The reason I don't think Jeff is her stepdad is because Kimberly makes it seem like the divorce is really recent.
Right.
So unless she just got remarried immediately, I don't know. That's why I don't think it.
Right.
You know,
she's definitely seeing this guy.
Right.
So Kimberly lives with her mom then.
Yes.
And maybe also Jeff.
Possibly.
Depending on how long it's been.
Because it's a little. It's not like she says like ever. She says ever since the divorce. Right. But it just the way she says it, it makes it sound like it was like relatively recent.
Yeah.
I'm sure that someday we will get more clarity on this because I vividly remember this being a thing later on.
It might even just be the next episode.
It might even be the next episode. Putties attack as they're going back inside because putties
have awful timing.
They have
terrible timing.
Very clearly established terrible timing. Before we jump into the putty fight, which is literally just Kimberly being madder than Trini is for once. Because both of her parents are there, so she's like, this is a good thing.
Right, we don't even know if she's seen her dad.
I don't think she has in a little while.
Yeah.
So the putties interrupt that. Like 100 putties interrupt that. Before we jump into the fight, I don't have any notes on the fight. I don't know if you want to say.
It's just a putty fight.
It's just a putty fight with only Kimberly and...
And then at one point, Trini's like, oh, we might need help.
Yeah.
So, get the other two.
What was Kimberly wearing? I'm going to do that real quick. Pink corduroy pants? Like hot pink? I'm pretty sure they're corduroys. They're not hot pink.
I couldn't tell. The definition was too standard.
Yes. If it would have been... I own all the Power Rangers on DVD. Well, not all of it. I own the first 2 big box sets.
Right.
You own almost all of it, right?
I own the first 3 box sets. I think there's one more box set available.
Yeah.
And then, like, weird things with Lionsgate and copyright
if they come out on Blu-ray, I'll buy them all again. Just so I can watch it in the highest ever. It wouldn't even...
I would come over, but I don't think I could spend all that money again.
Well, I haven't spent any money, so...
Right.
Because mine was just a Christmas present. Anyway, pink corduroy pants. Pretty sure they're corduroys. If they're jeans, that's weird. I don't think pink jeans were ever a thing, but Jason's got red jeans. And,
right.
And Trini has yellow jeans at some
I'm
point.
sure you can get pink denim pants somewhere.
Somewhere. Now, probably even then.
Even then.
The 80s just ended, so there's probably some leftovers from that. So then she's wearing a pink undershirt, not like an A-tank or anything, but just like a shirt under another shirt.
Right.
And then it's like, I keep saying they're floral because they look floral. I have no idea what the pattern is. Paisley, maybe? I just realized the other day that I was like, I constantly describe any pattern as floral because my brain immediately goes, those must be flowers. Because I can only
they look like viney.
I can only identify like 3 flowers on sight. So my brain's like, if you don't know what it is, it's probably a flower. I also don't know any colors beyond the 8-pack of Crayola crayons. So this maybe floral, maybe paisley shirt is tied at the navel.
What even is paisley?
It's
like is it like that bandana kind of print?
Yeah, it's kind of like the bandana print. It's like shapes that are weird. They're not like triangle, but it's like here's a teardrop with a fin, things like that.
Okay.
It's also a country singer. No, whatever. We got to the command center, I think, for them being like, tell Jason.
Right, because they...
Yeah.
These communicators... Weird things happen sometimes. Because you can... Like, if you had a communicator and I did, I could talk to you.
Right. Unless I'm in trouble.
But instead, a lot of the time, they talk to Zordon, who then talks to whoever they wanted to talk to.
It's a weird chain of command that they have set up. Because it seems like they only can talk to each other.
Like, I want... Like, if Kimberly and Trini were like, Zordon, we need help. And he was like, no, you don't. And that was it.
You're fine. Shake it off. But, like, they can talk to each other unless they're in trouble. Then they have to call Zordon first.
It's weird.
I know that's some weird authority issues where they're like, Zordon will know best, instead of being like, my friends who are inside.
Just call them, have them come outside.
Right? There should just be a separate button that's like, this page is the other Rangers that I am in trouble.
Right. And
like each one gets a separate tone,
you remember,
so you know who's in trouble.
I think we've talked about this before. Because, like, you remember that scene in Ghostbusters where they're like, we have to find Ray or whatever, when
Ray and Winston,
when Peck is there and someone was like, I think it was Egon, was like, we have to find Ray.
Yeah, and
then we looked at each other and we were like, there were no cell phones. How do they just find Ray?
They just couldn't find them.
You just wait until they come back.
Because, like, Winston and Ray are, like, coming back from a job.
Yeah.
And I think that's when they shut it off. Yeah,
because when they show up, it's already in the process of
exploding.
Spoilers.
So,
Ghostbusters spoilers.
Yeah. By the way, we saw Ghostbusters in theaters.
That was awesome.
It was so good. Like there's just no cell phone. Like you just don't know where they are.
No. Like, if I ever need to know where you are, I can just text you, be like, hey, where are you?
Right.
And then you would just tell me in like 20 seconds where you are.
Exactly. Anywhere in the world, I can get that. In like a
20
second.
years ago, I would have been like, I wonder where Jake is, and then just wonder.
Kept wondering. I'll call his house. He's not there. I am out of options. Is he at work? I'll call there. Nope. Got nothing. No idea. It's a really weird, super connected time that we live in. Yeah. That a lot of people are like, everything's so connected, kids these days, blah, blah, blah. But like, how great is it to be able to be like, where is my little brother? There he is. I don't have to worry about him. The parents all disappear. Because Rita's plan is to, like, kidnap the parents and force them...
Well, no, we haven't introduced the monster yet.
Right. That was before.
Yeah, we need to talk about that, because that's why because I have a thing to say about that.
Okay, yeah. It's called the Dremel...
Dremel monster?
I thought it said drivel, and I was like, that can't be
He's a mole, and when Rita's explaining him, they show him.
Yeah.
So we see him. He looks a little bit like... Excadrill is the Pokemon.
Sure.
It looks a little bit like him, but like lankier a little.
Like a human proportioned.
And he has his arms up, and then like the stink starts coming out of the side of him. It's like, he has hypnotic gas, which hypnotizes anyone who breathes it in, right?
Yep.
So then they send this monster down. Oh, and then I think Babu was like, he can burrow underground and be undetected.
Except he leaves a giant bump.
He leaves a giant bump, and everybody in the youth center, while he's burrowing under it, sees that and freaks out.
Right.
So he's not undetected.
No, he's super
But
detected.
Babu's kind of an idiot. I'll let that go. And then the gas starts releasing out of the cracks that he's making in the floor.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's just coming out of the floor. And they breathe it in, and they start coughing, and then they all vanish.
Right.
There's no... I mean, when we see them later...
We'll see them later. We'll see the effects of it later, but you're right.
They didn't need to hypnotize them to get them.
But where they are...
Unless the smoke was like... It weakened their awareness, which allowed them to be teleported.
I think what it is that, like, by hypnotizing them now, they won't, like, try to break out or anything when they're taken. Like,
right, but we don't see that they're hypnotized. They're just coughing and then they're gone.
Right. I didn't even know that they said hypnotizing gas. I thought she was going to cast a spell in a second. Because Billy comes in.
Yes.
There's nobody there. By the way, during the thing, they have this trick where part of the floor is rubber. And so, like, when he's moving across it, the floor just kind of bumps up naturally.
Yep.
It's not how floors look, but it's a really neat thing.
It's cool.
Yeah.
They do a good job with the burrowing effects.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, so Billy comes in, he's like, oh, I'm late. And then...
Yeah, you missed the whole thing.
He's like, what kind of hoax is this? Like, they're playing a prank on him. Because as we've established... Actually, no, this flies in the face of what we've established. Because normally when it's Rita's fault, they guess correctly.
Right.
And when it's not Rita's fault, they go, natural disaster. It's not Rita, whatever.
Right.
This time it is Rita's fault, and he thinks it's a prank. So I'm confused as to what's going on with their guessing system.
There's just...
I don't know.
It's whatever the plot calls for.
Every writer has a different way of explaining it, I guess.
Right.
This, the person who wrote this also wrote the next part, and the person who directed it also directed the next part. So they should at least be of consistent quality. There are some real dumb things that we'll get to in this episode that I have a problem with. But for now, it's been okay so far. So Billy comes in, and they're like, we'll hypnotize Billy. Which, why would you want to hypnotize Billy? Billy sucks. I
think it was more of like, there's a ranger. Let's just get him.
There's one who's not paying attention. Let's get him. But like, if your plan was to like have Billy fight the Rangers, which it's not, thank God. But
yeah.
Like, if it was,
the actual plan makes less sense.
Right?
The fact that it works blows my
mind. It's just astonishing. It's astonishing. Because there is like 48 episodes where they should be able to remember these times and be like, oh, don't trust the monsters. Jason and Trini and Zach and Kimberly come back in after beating the putties, and everyone's gone. Mm-hmm. And they say something really dumb. Okay. Oh, no, that's a little bit later. So Jason's like, I hope my parents didn't see any of that, talking about...
Right. As they run back
outside.
in, we get a mole.
Right. Scurries out.
Yep.
They don't notice it, though.
Also, Billy's hypnotized now, right?
Correct.
Because he was in there and the gas came out and he breathed it in. Yep. And instead of vanishing, he got hypnotized.
He got a lightning crown.
And he gets a lightning crown so that we know he's under a spell.
That his brain is stormy. Ooh. Spooky brain in there.
I wish that just like make his eyes glow. That's the go-to. Why has he got a crown? Why has he got a lightning crown?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you, Josh.
Maybe that's an effect of the gas. Maybe that's the gas's form of hypnotism.
Maybe. I don't know.
It has a hypnotizing lightning crown.
Because the teleportation was Rita. It wasn't the gas.
Right.
But, like, the crown is the gas, but why? Why is there a crown?
I don't know.
Billy teleports to the command center, and he's mean. He's like, you're a poor excuse for a transistor radio, and then unplugs him, I guess.
He definitely pulls a piece out of him.
He just deconnects the power.
Right.
Like there's a little
the battery.
Yeah, the battery's just out. And Zordon can't see the lightning crown, I guess, because he's like, Billy, I sense something is wrong.
Right, as soon as he lands, because he tells Alpha.
Yeah.
He's like, something is amiss.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, there's lightning floating around his head.
There's lightning floating around, and he warped in there as a white star. That's probably wrong.
Is that something that only we as viewers can see? Is that a visual cue to kids to be like, his brain, ooh, not his.
Yeah, look, he's not using Power Ranger warp.
Right.
He's using evil.
Then he does something really weird.
Warp.
He does something really weird. Billy does, where he just holds his hands out and the dragon dagger appears.
This is what baffled me, right?
Yeah.
This is like part A about how this... I don't understand how this plan worked.
I don't understand the plan and then how it works.
The plan is to get the dragon dagger. And Rita even says, like, back to its rightful owner.
Right.
So, or maybe Goldar said that. Whatever.
Goldar is kind of in charge of this plan.
So I'm thinking, like, they're going to, try to get an evil Green Ranger again. Right. Instead, they hypnotize Billy. And Billy walks in the command center, unplugs Alpha, calls Zordon basically a stupid floating head.
He's like, you're a blowhard floating head or something like that. Like, yeah.
It wasn't geek speak, which is how you know he was,
right?
Because he was punker Billy.
He was a little bit punker Billy.
But he just holds his hands out and gets the dragon dagger, and that makes no sense to me.
No.
A, why does the dragon dagger just teleport to anybody's hands who are open inside the command center?
I don't know.
And B, that's Jason's anyway.
Right? Yeah, because that shouldn't even be his. Here's my big gripe with this plan. Her plan is, and she says this, and they will say it again like 11 times, but her plan is to kidnap the Rangers' parents and force them to give over their power coins.
Right.
Why is the dragon dagger a factor? Because now the plan is kidnap the parents.
I know why.
Right.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
It's later.
Okay. But it's just weird to me.
Yeah.
For right now. It's weird.
It's a little later, and it's totally unexplained. It just happens in a second.
Okay. So, I guess we will continue forward. I'm excited to hear what you guys say. So, the Rangers are in the room again, because we go back down to Earth. Mm-hmm. So, they're in the juice bar, which, again, school function, parent night, held at a juice bar. Sure.
That juice bar just has to be off the side of the school. It has to be attached.
I don't think it's off the side.
I think across the street.
I think it's something to where, like,
I can never tell what we have an exterior shot of unless I see a sign or we go immediately inside.
Right.
Because the exterior shots of the school and the juice bar are basically the same.
Well, there's a floating shot, like the wide helicopter shot,
right?
That I'd never know if they're showing the juice bar
or the school.
I think it's a juice bar because it's in like a parking lot.
I feel like it's at least like across the street or like next door, and it's probably school funded.
I think that's what I think, because like kids go here instead of getting into gangs and drugs. Like,
and I'm pretty sure we've had times where they were just there like between classes.
It's felt like that a couple times, but like if this is
it's a youth center. So
if this is school funded, how would it go out of business so easily that one time?
I don't know.
Was it like, you're not making enough money on your end, so we can't continue funding you? That's what I'll say it is.
It could, yeah. It was just the school was losing money on it,
right?
So
makes sense.
So they were going to shut it down.
So the Rangers, and they say this out loud. This is a real thing that they say. I just can't understand how a whole room full of people could disappear.
Oh, it's Rita.
Hey, Trini. Remember that time all of Angel Grove disappeared?
No, I do not.
Like
know
10 episodes ago?
I don't get it. What are you saying?
This is the same thing, but smaller. This is easier to do.
I don't understand. I don't know to what you're referring.
Doomsday. Remember?
No.
Everyone disappeared? It was just us in town? No one else was here? It's such a weird thing. And, like, their parents were part of that, too. Their parents presumably were in Angel Grove when all of Angel Grove disappeared.
It's not just a weird way for them to extend screen time, because they could have just been like, oh, not Rita again, and taken the same amount of time to explain how Rita just kidnapped everybody again. So it didn't lengthen the scene to kill time. There's no reason for them to not remember that when the world almost ended and they stopped that Rita disappeared a whole town.
And now it's only a room full of people.
It's like, what, 100 people?
It's
if
smaller,
I'm being generous.
Yeah, it's smaller than most cafeterias. So
Rita didn't even blink.
No.
They were just gone. She was like,
oh,
boom.
That was so easy. So good at teleporting people. Aced my my final at Evil Space
Teleporting
High.
people.
Teleporting people away from where they want to be. So
just into the dark dimension. Because that's also where the town went.
Yes. Keep a button in that. Put that in your pocket.
Okay. I'll try to not forget that. You also try to not forget that.
I will also try not to forget that. At home, if I forget that, tweet me. Tell me that I forgot to tell them what was in their pocket. Forgot to tell you guys what was in your pocket. So, parents are in the dark dimension. Pocket. Moving forward. Zordon's like, hey, come back to the command center because bad stuff happened. And they're like, yeah, we get it. So they teleport back. And they're like, where are our parents? Or like, why did Rita... Or yeah, where did our parents go? And he's like, I can't tell you that right now.
Because he hasn't found them yet.
He hasn't found them. I don't even know if it's that. He just says he can't tell them why their parents are missing. It's really weird.
It is a little weird.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
I feel like he was like, Rita teleported them away, right?
Yeah.
Or something. Like, I feel like he at least explains, like, Rita did something.
Right. You know, the bad guy that hates you.
I feel like it's just that I can't locate them.
Right.
Here's the thing. Last time he couldn't locate them, like the last 4 times he couldn't locate somebody, they were in the dark dimension.
Dark dimension.
So why don't you check there first?
Just check there. Just do a Google of the dark dimension. So the Power Rangers... Oh, Trini is where they also explain about Billy. And Trini is like, oh, no, not Billy. Like, she's worried about Billy.
A little bit.
What's that in distance? Can you hear that?
There's some track stuff at the end.
There is. There's a lot of it. This is like, hey, nerds, here's your little glimmer of hope. No, it's ours. Give us that hope back. So
nobody loves Billy except Marge.
And she's dead.
Probably. Who knows?
So they morph. Power Rangers morph, and they go to the dark dimension. Keep that thing in your pocket. Remember that thing in your pocket?
I'm taking it out of my pocket.
Okay.
It's out.
What's it say? Power Rangers, all the parents are in the dark
dimension.
Where they are right now, with no parents in sight.
My theory of the dark dimension, right, is that it's like a prison.
So there's a million versions of it.
And there's a ton of cells, and like Goldar's just in one of the dark dimension
cells. Each demon-faced space cage is, in fact, just that.
Right.
Okay.
Or not. Or they just were like, crap, what do we do?
You never watched The Lost Room.
Nope.
Even though I let you borrow it. Because that's how you are.
That's me in a nutshell.
The Lost Room is a sci-fi miniseries from... I think I was in high school when it came out. Maybe I was still living in New Hampshire when it came out. So like 2006, 2007. It's basically the greatest miniseries I've ever watched in my life. The gist of it is there was a room in a motel that stopped existing. Like forever. Okay. So like at 1:20 in the afternoon, it existed. At 1:20 in 1 second, it never existed ever. It just completely disappeared forever. That's the only way I can explain it.
Even in the past.
Okay, yeah. It never existed. There was a guy in it. He disappeared too. Nobody remembered him. Everything in that room had a weird power when it was outside the room. In the room, it was normal. Outside the room, it was
I imagine
magical.
It's the story of the guy.
No.
And it's not.
No. It's a story of a guy who finds the key, which opens any door into the room, and then you can then you shut the door, open it up again. You're anywhere you could think of hard enough.
Okay.
His daughter gets trapped in the room because if the room shuts, it resets.
Okay.
And the only way you can change the way the room is if you put more of the objects that came out of it back in, because then it will be where it was when everything disappeared.
Right.
But if you're in there and the door shuts and you don't have the key, gone. You're gone forever. Or you're not in there with the person who has the key.
Right.
You're not gone forever, but you go into another past version of the room, right? Because it resets every time. Maybe the demon face space cage is like that.
Maybe.
Where it's just like each iteration, every time you're in it, you're in your own version.
Right.
And only Rita knows how many levels down everything is. Because magic. Or it's in her files.
Right.
If you'll recall her
databases.
files. I'm still mad about that.
Hacked our magic files.
So they're in the dark dimension, and Billy hasn't even given Goldar the dagger yet, because I guess he had to walk to the dark dimension from the command center.
Look.
I know he's not athletic, but this is ridiculous.
The goal was let's get Billy to get the dragon dagger. That worked for whatever reason. I don't like that. I think that's stupid.
Here's why it worked for Billy getting it. On a I forgot how anything works level, except for this one thing. Only Rangers can get into the command center.
I get that.
So that's why that's why they needed to.
But there's no reason for Billy to be able to summon the dragon dagger.
And there wasn't any footage where they were fighting without the Blue Ranger.
It could have been
Jason. Could have just been Jason.
Yeah. The only thing I can think is that while he was yelling at Zordon, he hit a "Bring me the dragon dagger" button.
Oh, maybe.
Because he knows what every button on that control panel does.
Yeah. That is Morphin Grid canon then.
Yep.
That's how it happened if you ask us. Power Rangers fight Goldar and a couple putties in the Dark Dimension, and it's nothing special.
They beat up the putties, then they attack Goldar one at a time, and he bests all of them.
Yeah, they turn into mooks on him.
Yeah.
And so they can't win.
I would have liked, because I think Kimberly is the last one that attacks him. I would have loved it if she just trucked him.
Right? If she was
because you think she's gonna do flips and dodgy stuff. She just ran in and punched him in the face.
Faces, started throwing Chris Hero elbows,
just German suplexes him around the dark dimension 16 times.
One good cyclone kill, boom, he's dead. That guy's dead forever. So that move was gnarly. I was just thinking about that match that he and Ray Rowe had the other day.
That's still it happened in January. That's still a match of the year candidate,
at least. Yeah, it's up there. It's on a list. It's on my list.
Yeah.
So Goldar gets the dragon dagger from Billy. Billy immediately snaps out of it, which doesn't make any sense again. Why is the dragon dagger now the spiritual totem to keep him hypnotized?
Well, I feel like because during the fight it cuts back to Billy and he looks worried but conflicted about it.
He's trying to break out of it.
Maybe it just happened to time him breaking it as he it was Goldar just barely got it in time.
Pure coincidence.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing that's happened on this show. So Goldar gets it, and his plan is really dumb still, because he's like, now I'm going to summon the Dragon Dagger, summon the Dragon Zord, and you'll have to give me your power coins.
Yeah, he says, I have the Dragon Zord, you can't win. Or you have no choice but to give me your power coins.
Then why did you take their parents?
They can just fight the Dragon Zord. You don't think they're gonna try that first?
I think that's never gonna. They're like, you're right. Crap. Oh, this is what happens when you put Goldar.
Goldar's a dumb guy.
Goldar, you stupid.
His plan is working so far, but the plan is dumb.
Yes. So Goldar teleports to the woods and summons a particularly cranky Dragon Zord. And the reason this Dragon Zord is so cranky is because I don't think we've seen it since Doomsday.
That and maybe Goldar didn't play the tune. I mean, it's the same tune, but maybe he played it a little wrong.
It actually was different because he played the right, but then he played a second version where it was
it's a little faster,
a little higher, and there was an extra note or two that
right
jazzed it up a little bit.
That's the
summon, and then the summon but evil.
Yeah, make him angry.
Yeah. That's it's just a noise that he hates, so he's mad. So he starts whipping his tail around, killing the dock workers that are there.
He steps on some barrels and they blow up.
Because that's what happens when you step on barrels.
You've played a video game.
Yeah, you have.
A couple of those barrels were red, so
obviously. The Zord. Okay, all right. There's one thing before the Zords. So they call their Zords.
Yeah.
Right? Tyrannosaur. Dinosaur power. I screwed up Tyrannosaurus last time. And I screwed up again, trying not to screw it up again. Garbage man. So, Tyrannosaurus dinosaur power. Mastodon dinosaur power. Triceratops dinosaur power. Saber-tooth tiger dinosaur power. And then finally Kimberly. Pterodactyl dinosaur power. Here's the thing about this summoning sequence. I don't know if you noticed. they're all next to each other, except Kimberly, who's on a roof. Like they're all on the ground.
It's pretty closely cropped in on them. So
I feel like they're right next to each other. But then Kimberly is on a roof.
Yeah, she's a gymnast.
She jumped up to the roof. One of the powers the suits give them is can jump high. Yeah, jump good. The power. So from that episode of Samurai Jack. Have you never seen Samurai Jack?
I've caught like a little bit of it.
Oh man,
I don't. I've never seen any of it in context.
It's so good. The only problem with it, literally the only problem, is that the last episode is just an episode.
Did they just get canceled?
They got canceled.
That's stupid.
But it is. We'll watch it. I have all of it on DVD. We'll watch it.
Sweet.
It's great. So then they put the Zords together, and the Zord has a new morph.
Yeah, this is, I think, the only time this happens.
Yeah, and you talked about this like 35 episodes ago.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this.
Like,
because let me talk about it.
Okay.
Because normally we get like all of the Zords come together, and then it's like a frontal view, and then like Megazord just is there now. Now they're all Megazord.
It stands up. We get the one shot of their view, which is opposite of how the
pterodactyl lands on the chest. Head comes together. You get struck by lightning, whatever. This one, all of that happens in a lying down position.
Right.
And then Megazord does a sit-up and then stands up. And it's from the left side. It looks really...
It's Brock Lesnar.
Weird. It's just weird looking.
It's Brock Lesnar aping the Undertaker and laughing at Cena. I killed him and took his power, Cena.
That's why he hasn't been back. I ate his liver.
Ate his heart and liver. Now you got his power. Their fight is really short because the Megazord just gets trucked.
Yeah.
And gets knocked down immediately into buildings. And then the Rangers, like, on the way down are like, we out. Audi 5000.
Later, bruh.
Sorry, bruh. And they jump out. Then Goldar is like, do you see how I beat you that one time? Give me your coins. He's robbing them. He's saying, give me your money. So they do.
Well, they're like, Zordon, what do we do? And Zordon's like, I can't tell you that. Zordon should have been like, that's Goldar. He's a bad guy. I can't tell you what choice to make, but come on.
Your parents are in
Here's where the
danger.
Dragon Dagger comes into play. The Dragon Dagger turns into the box that they put their dragon coins in. So that's their power coin. They're all dragon coins. Every one of them is dragons. No,
I would be into that for an episode.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. We'll see. There's a thing that happens at the end. Maybe it'll happen next time. I'll get there in a minute.
But that's why he needed the Dragon Dagger, because it also can turn into a box to store power coins.
Sure. This box...
Because I feel like maybe it's like Rita's like, give me that Dragon Dagger. I can cast a spell on it that turns it into a box that they won't be able to get the power coins back out.
Right, because only...
Because like
Dragon
if
Rangers
Goldar was
can
just
open
holding them, like, I got the coins, Zordon could be like, no, you don't, and then just teleport them out of there.
Right. Or like, they could just kick him in the crotch once and be like, give me my coins. Because they're Wario. I want the coins. Goldar is Wario in this situation.
Yes.
So
they ultimately decide to give up their coins.
They decide to, and they're reluctant about it, but nobody is as reluctant as Kimberly.
Yeah.
Because Jason's like, it's for our parents. And then Kimberly's next, and she's like, I will kill you in your sleep, Goldar. You give me a second, I will rip your head off. I will eat your guts through you. Like, she is mad at him.
Why she should have just trucked him in the dark dimension.
I like this new side of Kimberly. Because Trini lost it. Trini gave it to her.
She must have not seen her dad for a while.
No, it's been a while. Yeah. And she was hoping to see him tonight, and now she can't. And she hates that more than anything. Because Kimberly and Zach come up at the same time, right?
Right.
And Kimberly's like, it's for our parents. And Zach's like, you're going to pay for this, but he's not really, doesn't have a lot of conviction behind it. And then Billy's like,
here you go.
This is my fault. Here's my coin. Sorry, guys. If not for me, we wouldn't be here right now.
Nobody says no. That's not true. Everyone's like, yeah.
He's like, all right, here you go. And then so they unmorph as they give away their power coins, right? Nice touch.
Goldar says, like, goodbye to the Ranger.
Right.
Because Jason gives him his coins. Goodbye, Red Ranger.
Yeah, because now he's just Jason.
Now he's just Jason.
And so Trini is crying. Kimberly is a little verklempt. Jason looks like he's about to cry Billy is just stone-faced, like, I don't care about my parents, whatever. I was actually born on Aquatar. Plot twist. That's not true. Maybe it is.
I don't think he was born there, but that's where he retires
to at 20. As dumb as the box is, right? Dragon Dagger turns into a box. As dumb as it is, I will take this over a little robot that they put their power coins into to make them not babies again. From Zeo.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take it over that.
So Trini's crying.
Trini's crying.
Zach's consoling her. Because he kind of like puts his arm around her, pats the near shoulder.
Yep. I think they're a thing.
Well, shoot.
They run away to Switzerland together.
Going to a peace conference.
Jason actually went to a peace conference.
Right. They were like, that's a good out.
We
should go.
They ran away to go make out or whatever. Oh, speaking of making out, when the first time we jumped to the moon, like a half an hour ago, there's like just one quick shot of Scorpina and Goldar.
Yeah.
And they were totally just making out before this shot.
Yeah.
There's no way they weren't. Like, Scorpina's like drawing her
just
on
like
his chest with her finger. They were just making out. Rita's like, I got a plan. They're like, we'll stop then. What?
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. Totes the goat's married for life. Jason is like beside himself. This is like the first real emotion we've seen from Jason. And he's like, you got our coins back. Give us our parents. And Goldar just shuts the box super cash and goes, you've been pranked.
When they're giving their coins away, Zach was like the second one, right? He's third. Goldar says, you fool.
And then there's two others.
And then the two other ones are like, yeah, this is probably fine.
We are fools, huh? Yeah, he's not giving their coins back. And then
the last two were Trini and Billy. The two smartest ones. Billy should have been like, no. He could have been the hero.
Instead, nah.
Instead, he was the zero.
So, okay, we jump up to the moon, where they are celebrating how dumb the Power Rangers are. And then, I don't know if anything of note happens there, but then we cut to the command center, and they're like, look at your parents on the viewing globe.
Yeah, because Alpha's like, I think before we go to the moon, Alpha's like, oh no, Zordon. And Zordon's like, bring them here.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're technically not Power Rangers anymore. But I guess if Zordon, because he had teleported them in the first episode.
Right, executive decision over, because it's his place, right? He has control over it. So, yeah. The parents are all on the viewing globe, and they're in the dark dimension where the Power Rangers were between their parents disappearing and now. So again, there are layers to it, and they're all like dancing like zombies.
Right.
Excuse me. They're just shuffling back and forth, and it's mostly Mr. Kaplan. Like, he's in the front. I don't think I actually saw anyone's parents.
Yeah.
There's just like Mr. Kaplan, and then shoulders and halves of bodies.
I feel like I saw Jeff, but I also might just think I saw Jeff.
You might be projecting, yeah. So this is in all caps, okay? They're like, yeah, we don't have any powers. We only have the one left.
Yeah, because he's like, Goldar has all the power coins. And Jason's like, not all of them.
Not all of them. And he...
Little plastic dragon coin.
It's the dragon coin, which is the coolest looking coin that there is. Then we cut down to Earth.
I think the white tiger coin might be cooler looking.
I like the white tiger coin better because I like the white ranger, the look of it better.
Yeah,
I don't know. I love the green ranger. Don't get me wrong.
Right? Yeah,
but I think white ranger is. I have more white ranger memories than not.
The white ranger has a cooler helmet. Yeah, he has like the coolest helmet.
Pretty much. Die Ranger was a cool season.
Yeah.
I
bet it was. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. But we cut over to the juice bar where there is some shoes, some pants. The Dremel mole scoots by on the ground, and he just walks, this mysterious stranger just walks in, and then it pans up, and it's Tommy.
It's Tommy, you guys.
The old friend was Tommy the whole time.
Can you even believe it?
I know, it's a little...
I can't believe it.
It's crazy. Totally thought it was going to be Judy.
I literally can't even right now.
Literally can't even. And then he goes, where is everybody? And then it the
yep, that's the end of the episode.
But it doesn't go it goes, go Green Ranger, go, and then it goes into that.
Man, you know how pumped up for tomorrow's episode?
Yeah,
I was as a kid. Like, oh my god!
I looked at the date before we started recording. Didn't say it. It's February 28th. The next episode is March 1st, which you think gap between it? Wrong. February only has 28 days, so it's the next day.
So I was thinking, like, I wonder if it's aired on a Friday, so like you had to wait the weekend.
Oh man, that would make me so mad. I think it was a Monday though, because there was like a gap of time. There was like 10 days between the last episode and this one.
Right.
So I think this was just like a Monday. But yeah, like I must have been losing my mind when Tommy walked in.
He just needs to be careful because I have it on pretty good sources that Goldar is gonna get him tonight.
Tonight?
So,
oh Lord,
I just want him to be very careful.
You should just be careful. That's the episode.
That's it.
That's the whole thing. Final thoughts?
I thought it was good. It was a good episode. It focused on the Rangers as people and not as Power Rangers.
Yeah, there was no...
Even when they were Power Rangers, they were just trying to get their parents
it was
back.
all American footage. The only thing was like the Dremel mole and the giant fight. And Goldar...
I feel like when
woods.
I feel like when Goldar summons the Dragon Zord,
in the woods.
That might be ZU2 footage.
But like
of Goldar playing the Dragon Flute because the quality looked a little off.
Yeah, but for the most part, this is all new stuff.
Yeah, it's just some weird choices. I don't know why they chose Billy.
I don't know why they chose Billy. I don't know why the plot existed or worked in that order. But cool thing is it was real dumb, right? The plot was really dumb, but it didn't hurt the episode too much.
No.
Only when you talk about it for 50 minutes.
Right.
Does it kind of hurt the episode a little bit? Which is, I guess, kind of impressive that, like, there's this real dumb thing, but the episode is still fun and good and, like, has drama, has, like, it gets a little heavy in the beginning. You know? It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
So we'll see you on Friday for Return of an Old Friend Part 2, where Tommy reclaims his coin and all the coins and becomes the one ranger to rule them all.
He becomes the Rainbow Ranger.
The Power Ranger.
With a Phoenix Sword. Depending on which culture's Phoenix, it makes rainbows.
Okay. Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
Does that.
That's like a Thunderbird to me, but that might just be a Final Fantasy VIII.
It's just a rainbow bird to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there's like a, whatever they called summons in Final Fantasy VIII. That is that.
Quetzalcoatl?
Yeah. And he makes lightnings happen. So.
Cool. So, in the meantime, if you want to hit us up on the internet anywhere, morphingrid.tumblr.com is our website. You can email us at littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at morphingrid. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/themorphingrid. And we're on iTunes if you want to leave us a rating and review. We do have a email that we will read maybe next time from a listener.
Yeah.
I don't have it pulled up, and we're going longer than I want to, so even though we're definitely under time, as per usual, but so we'll do that next time for sure. But until then,
may the power protect you.
I don't know. Is that your stomach?
I don't know what you're referring to.